Right now, Vice President Kamala Harris making multiple stops in Wisconsin. Will check in on a visit to La Crosse within the last hour.
Plus, how they've built a girls golf dynasty at Madison's Edgewood High School after the team claims yet another state championship this week.
And we're following local utility crews set to return home after helping restore power to those affected by recent hurricanes. You're watching News 3 now at 5. And we start with an update out of Two Rivers, Wisconsin in Manitowoc County.
The mother of Elijah Vu, along with her boyfriend, have been charged in connection with the death of the 3-year-old. In a press conference, the Manitowoc County District Attorney says that the couple is charged with physical abuse of a child, repeated acts causing death, hiding a corpse, neglect of a child, and obstructing an officer. Vu was reported missing on February 20th and was found on September 7th on private property.
An update now to a case we've been following for more than a year. The man charged with sexually assaulting and nearly beating a UW student to death has pleaded guilty. Brandon Thompson pleaded guilty to 3 charges in court today after previously pleading not guilty. Those charges are first-degree sexual assault, first-degree reckless injury, and strangulation and suffocation. The assault happened September 3rd of last year. Police arrested Thompson days later. He's been in jail ever since with a $1 million bond. He'll be sentenced on February 6th.
Israel's foreign minister says that the mastermind behind the deadly October 7th attacks and leader of Hamas has been killed. Yesterday, the Israel Defense Forces killed the top leader and 2 others during a raid in southern Gaza, with DNA results confirming the leader's identity today. Vice President Kamala Harris, in a stop at Milwaukee, says that killing the leader gives us an opportunity to finally end the war in Gaza.
Justice has been served, and the United States, Israel, and the entire world are better off as a result.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says that evil has suffered a heavy blow, but the war is not over. President Joe Biden expressed relief at the news and added that it's a good day for Israel, the United States, and for the world. Former President Trump has not yet commented on the development.
And after making that stop in Milwaukee, the vice president made her way over to La Crosse.
Our Will Keneally is there now as the campaign event begins to wrap up. Hi, Will.
Hi, that's right. Yeah, the vice president wrapped up maybe about half an hour ago after speaking for about 20 minutes or so here at UW La Crosse, notably making 2 stops at college campuses at UW Milwaukee. Earlier today, she's in La Crosse right now, essentially, and later tonight she'll be in Green Bay making a 3-stop tour here in the Badger State. Now, along the way, talking about small businesses, for example, Mark Cuban has been campaigning with her here in Wisconsin, but also trying to make it, or try and elaborate on a difference between her and Republicans, what might be another 4 years under former President Donald Trump. Speaking about the difference between what her term would be and a Project 2025 presidency under former President Donald Trump. Here's more. Take a listen.
And let us be very clear. Someone who suggests we should terminate the Constitution of the United States should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. Never
Yep, that's right. Vice President Harris speaking there in La Crosse about just half an hour ago. Now, again, talking about the impact of small businesses, sharing personal narratives. We did hear one interruption briefly from what looked like a pro-Trump student calling VP Harris a communist. He was quickly escorted out. Otherwise, relatively tame here in her second stop here in Wisconsin as she heads to Green Bay later tonight. We'll have more coming up tonight at 6 from the stop. But for now, reporting in La Crosse, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. Let's get a look at your firstborn forecast. Meteorologist Blaze Keller is out on the weather patio.
And it is beautiful out here. It's a gorgeous Thursday evening. The birds are out behind me enjoying the sunshine. It's a little bit breezy at times, but it is once again going to be a clear evening. Another night that you have the chance to see that rare comet. Again, look towards Venus, towards the south and west between 6:50 and 7:30 tonight. And you should faintly be able to see a comet we won't be able to see for another 80,000 years. And already looking ahead to the weekend, plenty of sunshine both days. Both days also expected to be in the 70s, maybe even a few 80s as we look to end the weekend. It's 62 in Sullivan as well as in Hustisford and Green Lake, 64 in Beloit as well as in Madison, and a comfortable 65 in Necedah. Plenty of sunshine with breezy conditions expected overnight as we dip into those 30s and 40s. We're tracking out the return of some much needed rain in the full forecast.
All right, Blaze, thank you. At Edgewood High School, they are celebrating again on a level that has the makings of a dynasty. The Edgewood girls golf team this week won a 16th state championship.
And our Tanisha Shaw sat down with the players about what's making the Crusaders such a powerhouse.
And our 2024 Division II champions with a score of 756, Edgewood Sacred Heart.
Wait, really? Like, it was just like not like sinking in quite yet.
The girls also told me that they weren't sure if they would be able to secure this trophy walking into day 2.
We were 14 strokes down after Monday, so we needed a good comeback going into Tuesday. And we didn't know if it would be possible, but we were definitely excited and hoping for the win.
Georgia Collum is a senior and team captain. Going into day 2, she had to lead by example and have confidence.
I needed to show my teammates that I was confident so they would be confident in themselves, and so they would also know that we could do it.
Her teammates also knew a lot was at stake.
The second day, when I realized we were down by 14 strokes, I kind of knew that I'm going to play my game, and no matter what, I put my golf out there and did what I could to help my teammates.
Even up to the last hole, the team couldn't predict what the results were going to be.
I remember my coach telling me, we're going to chip this on and have a 2-putt. Well, my putt coming down was really, really fast, and I ended up 3-putting. So I thought, because I didn't check the scores all day, I thought I just blew it for my team. So I walked off, and I was really disappointed, but I knew that even if we placed second, I tried my best, and that's all that matters. But when I walk down to my team, I just see my whole entire Edgewood team smiling.
These players helped Edgewood win their 16th state win since 2001 in very tough conditions.
Oh, so it was really, really cold.
Tuesday was really windy and cold, but we all just needed to control what we could.
Reporting in Madison, Tanisha Shaw, News 3 Now.
Wisconsin utility workers are expected to come home late tomorrow after helping a Florida utility restore power following Hurricane Milton. 47 workers from 22 communities started their journey last Friday, just as Milton was heading into the Atlantic. Crews worked up to 16 hours a day to restore power to over 85,000 people while they were in Lakeland, Florida. Organizers estimated the job would take up to 2 weeks, but they finished ahead of schedule.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice has identified the officer involved in a fatal shooting in August. Officials say Sergeant Peter Johnson shot and killed Kevin Price, who they say was armed with a knife at Price's home on August 12th. On that day, officers responded to a disturbance call to Whispering Pines Way, knocked on the door for an extended period of time, and then entered the home, where they say they found Price armed with that knife. Sergeant Johnson then shot Price, who died 3 days later. Sergeant Johnson remains on administrative assignment.
Tobacco use among middle and high school students has dropped to the lowest level in 25 years. That's according to new data from the 2024 National Youth Tobacco Survey. Within just the last year, over 500,000 fewer students are using tobacco products. Roughly 2.25 million students reported tobacco use within the last 30 days. That's compared to 2.8 million last year. Cigarette use has hit its lowest level ever recorded by the survey, with just 1.4% reporting use.
The CDC says Wisconsin is falling behind when it comes to protecting children against preventable diseases. Only about 85% of Wisconsin kindergartners are up to date on their MMR vaccines. The national average, about 93%. Health officials say it leaves our communities vulnerable to preventable outbreaks. The Wisconsin Department of Health and Human Services website has several resources relating to recommended vaccines, when to update them, and ways to find affordable immunization locations.
Hundreds of people are planning to gather at McKee Farms Park this Sunday for the annual walk to defeat ALS. ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, is a neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. It gradually takes people's ability to walk, move, talk, swallow, and eventually breathe. As of today, there is no known cause or cure to the disease. One of the event's volunteers says she knows the pain this disease can cause and will keep fighting to help find a cure.
Without the research, it's just, you just watch your loved one deteriorate and age and fast forward, and there's nothing you can do. There's no help you can provide. I personally don't want any partners to lose their partners, daughters to lose their dads, friends to lose friends, and things like that. So I think every step in the right direction kind of stems from the ALS Association.
There's still availability to sign up for the walk on the Walk to Defeat ALS. On the Walk to Defeat ALS website, you can either join a team or create your own.
A nationwide meat recall is expanding its scope and could be affecting stores where you shop. That recall is for 12 million pounds of meat. It now includes ready-to-eat meals sent to schools, restaurants, major retailers. It includes prepared salads, burritos, and other foods sold at stores including Costco, Trader Joe's, Target, Walmart, and Kroger stores. Meat used in the recall was processed in a Durant, Oklahoma manufacturing plant operated by Bruce Pack. There's a 342-page list of recalled products on the USDA website, or you can also identify these recalled foods by the numbers 51205 there on your screen, or P51205 inside or under the USDA mark of inspection.
Inflation has hit all aspects of our daily lives, including how much the tooth fairy pays out per visit. Losing a tooth is a rite of passage in every child's life, a sign that your permanent teeth are on the way, and more importantly, a quick way to pocket some money. In Wisconsin, the average tooth price is around $4, which is middle of the road compared to the rest of the country. Mississippi averages the most at about $6 per tooth, and the lowest is Oregon at just $2 per tooth.
Back in my day, you know how old I am. We were lucky to get a quarter.
I got 2 quarters. How many did you get?
You're too young to only get 2 quarters.
I got 10 bucks.
I'd get a nickel in my day. Just ahead, we're inching closer to a nice weekend. Blaze rejoins us. He'll have the complete first warn forecast.
And they've become an American favorite, but are people starting to cut back on the French fries? A metric from the folks at McDonald's suggests that may be the case.
And at Wall Street, mixed results to end the trading day. The Dow adding more than 161 points. NASDAQ marginally higher, up a half dozen at the closing bell. The S&P 500 lost just an even point, and we'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, brought to you by Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone.
But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
Finally, I get to see the doctor I want to see because I made the switch. I had Medicare Advantage, but I had to drop my primary care doctor and navigate confusing medical networks to find a new one. I thought my coverage was good enough, but nothing was ever easy. I found a better way with a Medicare supplement insurance plan from WPS. No worries, no hassles, no networks. Now, my friends are the only network I need.
People who are at their best get their beauty rest. Introducing the new Beauty Rest Black Inner Spring at Steinhoffel's. This mattress combines sleep climate technology that transfers heat away from the body and triple-stranded pocketed coil technology to give you the most advanced support system in a mattress ever. Right now, get the new Beauty Rest Black for only $38 per month, plus get up to $300 in Steinhoffel's cash. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Join us at the Madison Fall Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Don't miss your chance to visit the area's top newly constructed homes filled with the latest trends and technology. Go to MadisonFallParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
Brian Stiles says he's proud of his extreme record. Extreme is one to gut Social Security and Medicare, cut benefits for seniors, and raise the retirement age. Stiles proud to join them. And they push to ban abortion in Wisconsin, restrict birth control, and monitor pregnancies to prosecute women. Brian Stiles proud to be backed by them. Peter Barca is proud to put Wisconsin over party.
I'm Peter Barca, and I approve this message.
No chemical additives, no artificial ingredients. We've made it this way for 5 generations.
Actually, Grandpa, it's more like 7 generations now, and we still make our roll sausage the very same way. Pork, salt, and spices. That's it.
It's the same delicious flavor and simple, quality ingredients that has made it a mainstay in breakfast tables for over 130 years.
Trust Jones. for honest-to-goodness sausage.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, a burger with fries is an American staple, but it seems people may be cutting back on the French fries. Food producer Lamb Weston supplies frozen fries to McDonald's, amounting to about 14% of its sales. But it closed a plant in Washington state recently due to a drop in fry demand and slower restaurant traffic. But some analysts say that long-term demand for fries should stay the same since it's one of the most popular and profitable items at restaurants.
Today, the Biden-Harris administration announcing the approval of student loan relief for about 60,000 more borrowers. People who work in public service will be seeing a joint $4.5 billion in relief. It's part of the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. It brings the total forgiveness offered to about $175 billion spread out over 5 million Americans. Now, here in Wisconsin, 19,000 public service workers have had over $1.17 billion of their student loans canceled.
We are now taking a live look at Green Bay, showing the changing of the fall leaves. On Travel Wisconsin's Fall Color Report, it's reported that they're seeing about 65% color there. Here in Dane County, we're looking at 70% color, and the peak viewing time should be the first week of next month. But there are areas around the state that are a little behind due to the warmer weather. Iowa County has just a quarter, Greene County with 10%, and Juneau County also with that 10% color.
Just a distant shot of Green Bay for you folks there. First warn forecast now. Here's Blaze. I'm looking forward to this weekend coming, Blaze.
It's going to be a very pleasant weekend, again, for folks who are not ready for not only fall but winter. We're back into the 70s, if not the 80s, by Sunday. Since September 1st for the Madison area, and this most likely extends to a lot of southern Wisconsin, there have only been 9 days with measurable rain. So keep that in mind. Since September 1st, it is now October 17th. That means that most of Wisconsin has only accumulated a quarter to half of their normal rainfall that they would have otherwise seen from September 1st through today's date. And that means that most of Wisconsin is missing anywhere between 2 to 5 inches of rain, which is why our drought conditions have not only persisted but expanded, with now over 60% of the state suffering from at least moderate drought conditions and nearly a quarter of the state suffering from severe drought conditions. There is some rain in the forecast. It arrives after the weekend, and it's not a great rainmaker. It's not going to turn the tide by any means on our drought conditions, but any rain at this point we will greatly appreciate. This is going to come out of the plains and make its way into parts of the Great Lakes area, hopefully impacting us here across southern Wisconsin. And then a cold front moves on through sometime Wednesday morning. This may spark a few showers, as it is a stronger forcing mechanism in the weather world, cold fronts. But as that moves on through, it brings down cooler and drier air. So then we go back to being cooler and drier to end next week. But we may see the return of showers and thunderstorms by that following weekend. How much rain are we talking? As I said, it's not a big rainmaker. It's not going to turn our drought back and really relieve much, but we're looking at about a couple hundredths of an inch to a quarter of an inch of rain at best. And again, most of us are missing anywhere between 2 to 5 inches of rain, as this prolonged dry pattern has really set up and persisted since the end of August, if not the start of September. But there is some good news, and we have to actually look at the Climate Prediction Center's winter outlook for 2024-2025. So this winter, December, January, and February. Kind of following the forecast that we're expecting, which is a weak La Nina, we are anticipating, or they're forecasting, wetter than normal conditions between 30 to 40% for folks across not only Wisconsin, but across parts of the Great Lakes region, which is some good news. We certainly need not only rain, but snow would help combat the drought as well. In terms of temperatures, we're kind of in the middle ground. We don't really lean towards cooler than average or warmer than average, but we have a whole breakdown in our latest Beyond the Barometer as to what past week, even strong La Ninas, have brought to southern Wisconsin and kind of how we trend over the years. We're looking at the bus stop forecast for your Friday. Again, the kiddos may need a jacket as they're heading off to school, but we're not anticipating any frost, as we'll hang out in those upper 30s to low 40s. Plenty of sunshine and breezy conditions for your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your 10-day forecast showing those rain chances Monday night into Tuesday, and then again that following weekend.
All right, Blaze, thank you. And just ahead at 5, the power of social media and its ability to play a role in an organ donation. That story after the break.
First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sarah Kieski, she supports lifting revenue limits, allowing property tax rates to skyrocket unchecked. Kieski's backers want to ban natural gas to heat our homes, driving utility bills through the roof. That's Kieski's record, expensive and extreme.
You don't need to battle addiction alone. Contact the great people at Wood Violet Recovery today. You could be on your way to recovery the same day. Wood Violet Recovery works with a wide range of insurance networks, so a large portion of your treatment may be covered. Wood Violet Recovery will create the treatment plan that best suits your needs. Unlike other rehab facilities, phones and laptops are welcome. Today may feel dark, but there's a brighter tomorrow. Contact Wood Violet Recovery now.
It seems like everyone in Washington is either too far left or too far right. I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll stand up to Democrats to fight for a secure border and stop wasteful spending. I'll stand up to extremists like Derek Van Orden, who wants to ban all abortions with no exceptions. Like you, I'm fed up and ready for change. I approve this message because it's time that we sent one of us to Congress.
A flood of illegals, skyrocketing prices, global chaos, and Kamala wouldn't change a thing.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Nothing will change with Kamala. More weakness, more war, more welfare for illegals, and even more taxes. Only President Trump cut middle-class taxes, and only President Trump will do it again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
You have a clear choice in this election. Senator Baldwin is a 38-year career politician. I'm a businessman and job creator. She supports taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants. I'll close the border. Tammy wants to put guys and girls sports in their bathrooms. I'll protect our daughters. Senator Baldwin abuses the political system. I'll fight the corruption. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I'd be honored to have your vote.
It's Brad Beasley over at Tundraland, Wisconsin's trusted jacuzzi bath and shower remodeler. It's our fall into savings sale at Tundraland. In as little as 1 day, you can turn your bathroom from average to amazing. Your new jacuzzi shower will be the centerpiece of your home. If you act now, you'll get free installation with no money down, no payments, and no interest for a whole year. Call 1-800-TUNDRALAND or visit tundraland.com today.
Tundraland.com. Sarah Kieski, she supports lifting revenue limits, allowing property tax rates to skyrocket unchecked. Kieski's backers want to ban natural gas to heat our homes, driving utility bills through the roof. That's Kieski's record, expensive and extreme.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. A chef in Albany, New York has a new lease on life after his family harnessed the power of social media to find him a kidney donor.
Aaron Kotel Altman has the story.
Chef Yono Pernomo is serving up a traditional Indonesian lunch.
This chicken is amazing.
But the man he's eating with, Jacques Goulet, gave Yono something much greater.
He could come in and perfect sauces and do things like that, but the hours and hours and the stress of tickets hanging and cooking, he really couldn't do that any longer.
Thanks to the power of social media, Jacques gave Yono a kidney that saved his life.
I have a second chance to live longer so I can see my grandkid growing up.
According to Duke Health, the average wait time for a kidney transplant is about 5 years, and Yono didn't have that long, so his kids put out a call for help, and Jacques answered.
My sacrifice was, for me, very minimal. The surgery was fast. It was very, I was in the hospital for 3 days. I got out, I was walking around. But the impact from that to him, to be able to give him his life back, it had to happen.
Jacques originally wanted to remain anonymous, but after realizing how easy the process was, decided to come forward publicly to raise awareness about the impact a living donor can make.
I think if you're willing to go under the knife for cosmetic reasons, you should take a look at going under the knife for, kindness, for helpful reasons, to save somebody's life.
Food for thought, and you might just create a lifelong bond in the process.
And we'll have a final check of your first warn forecast when we return.
Joan Baldwin wants to ban abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and when the mother's life is at risk.
And would jail doctors who perform them.
Baldwin voted to ban birth control, too, and to deny rape victims emergency contraception.
Banning all abortions and birth control? No one wants to tell you what to do with your body
More than Joan Baldwin.
But she can't tell you what to do with your vote.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. A Kona concrete repair is a ready-to-use crack filler and sealer. It's durable, flexible, and can be used for interior and exterior applications. A tube is only $1.99 after rebate. Get hot water when you need it with a Richmond 50-gallon Smart Electric water heater. Its Leak Guard technology detects any potential water leaks and sends an alert to your smartphone. Now $599.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Under Kamala, there's been a big hike in Medicare premiums. Social Security benefits don't go far with Kamala's inflation slamming seniors. Now Kamala wants struggling seniors to pay more Social Security taxes, while she gives Medicare and Social Security to illegals. That will doom Medicare. President Trump will make sure no one cuts Medicare or Social Security. Trump lowered Medicare premiums, and he'll end the tax on Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
With high inflation, working families like mine are hurting, and Kamala Harris helped create this mess. Now, while Americans struggle, Kamala spent our tax dollars putting illegal immigrants up in hotel rooms, and she supported spending our tax dollars to give illegals sex changes. It's not just liberal, it's insane. Kamala Harris can never, ever be our president.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
When my husband got throat cancer, it wasn't just a health crisis. It was a financial one for my family. And that's something rural families know all too well. Joan Baldwin voted against expanding affordable health care for rural families and against bringing drug costs down. And that's one reason I decided to run against her. I'm Sarah Kieski, and I'm running for state senate. Because when someone you love needs medical care, the last thing you should have to worry about is how to pay for it.
You have a clear choice in this election. Senator Baldwin is a 38-year career politician. I'm a businessman and job creator. She supports taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants. I'll close the border. Tammy wants to put guys and girls sports in their bathrooms. I'll protect our daughters. Senator Baldwin abuses the political system. I'll fight the corruption. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I'd be honored to have your vote.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, the death of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. Our new reporting and the new drone video about how the Israelis found and killed the mastermind of the October 7th attack, the deadliest day for Jewish people since the Holocaust. Vice President Kamala Harris today saying there is a new opportunity to finally end the war. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, the day-long marathons of A Christmas Story no longer excite you. A new viewing experience is available in Milwaukee this Christmas. Peter Billingsley, who of course played Ralphie in the film, he'll be hosting a screening at the Pabst Theater, scheduled for December 28th at 7, and includes a pre-show meet and greet, so the screening as well, along with a Q&A where Peter will share behind-the-scenes stories. Tickets are on sale tomorrow. Secret decoder rings sold separately.
That is my family tradition.
Remember to drink your Ovaltine.
Maybe I'll take my mom.
That would be
it's her
fun.
birthday, by the way, but she won't see this. She's in
Happy
France.
birthday, Blaze's mom.
Happy birthday.
Right. Well, we've got plenty of clear skies in the forecast. Once again this evening, if you haven't seen that comment, I'm going to keep talking about it because I think it's cool. And you're not going to be around in the next 80,000 years. You've got between 6:50 and I would say 7:30 tonight. Look towards Venus. You should be able to see it. You've gotten through about the 21st, so a couple more days here. And we're not going to see any rain or any cloud cover to really inhibit that till maybe Tuesday of next week. We dry out that second half of next week before rain moves in that following weekend.
All right, well, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.